You know that the base is already very high. As a company in the tuna category, bababa ko muna to. Okay. As a company in the tuna category, we control as much as 83% market share. So that you can imagine the base of such a business, of a very large category. The Philippines is one of the biggest, largest tuna consumption markets in the world. And we control 83% of that through all of the campaigns that we've been rolling out for many years. Despite that, the sales has been double-digit domestically. I think it's because of all of the, as you know, we had 4 campaigns last year, very strong campaigns. We started the year with a reprise of the James Street Meta campaign, which was also very successful. But the one that drove consumption was the Yummy campaign, where we had many of you with us at the Shangri-La Makati, and we highlighted and showcased our 3 new male endorsers, si Gerald, si Paolo, and si Mateo. So, and that was an intent to drive consumption for tuna by teaching consumers different ways by which they would enjoy their tuna. You could eat it with pancit canton, for example, or as a sandwich, or silog with rice. So that was maybe what you would call our effort in the first trimester of 2017. But we didn't stop there. There were so many challenges, new players, competition, a changing consumer and competitive landscape. And we felt we needed to reinforce our leadership in the category. There were a lot of challengers, but we said no. When it comes to tuna, 100% it is Century Tuna as the market leader. And we brought out our campaign featuring the Queen of the Universe, Pia Wurzbach. And again, you were with us. I think that was in Shangri-La as well, or whatever. One of the first endorsements of Pia after her reign as Miss Universe. And that created a very strong lift for the brand right after, as a follow-up to the campaign of the Yummy campaign of Gerald, Mateo, and Paolo. But we didn't stop there. We said, meron na namang bagong kalaban at saka may bagong sinasabi. Sabi nila they are maybe pioneers in the chunky category. But we said, no, we've had chunky 10 years ago. And we figured we didn't want to be to throw competitive lines at them. We just put out a statement that no, Century has chunky. It's in a red can. And we thought it is the best opportunity to highlight or be able to expand the market further. So we drove consumption, we reasserted our leadership 100%, and now we went after a new demographic because everyone's running after millennials, and that's a good thing, that's the future. But we also said, no, we have the Gen Xers among us that also want to stay fit and healthy. So we ran the Red campaign last year, also very successfully. Yan, lumipad talaga ang benta. And we were competing against other players that were spending tons and tons of millions of pesos trying to attack maybe a market leader. But we stayed digital. We stayed in the new media space. Probably spent much lower than what we would normally spend because we were learning how to communicate with the market through digital marketing. And as I said, it's like one of our most successful campaigns ever, and definitely what drove the sales growth in 2017. So I guess to everyone, thank you and congratulations for that performance. So, but hindi lang sa Pilipinas ang growth. I'm also very happy to report that we've been pushing this brand internationally. And again, despite a very high base, we grew by 70%, more than 70% in 2017. So that's a Philippine brand going global. And towards the end of the year, around October or so, we've been working at it for 2 years. One of the toughest markets in the world is Israel because of regulatory issues. We were able to penetrate the Israel market successfully, making Israel the 60th country where Century Tuna is available. Lapakan niyo naman ang Century Tuna.